Hi, Maureen.
Hi, Kelly. I
Oh,
see you almost every day because I do your repeat classes and I do the,
but I know
but
I
it's,
haven't seen you in class live
I
in a little
know
bit.
because
How are you?
of work and it's totally crazy there. But how was your honeymoon?
So great. So good. We got back yesterday.
Which
Um,
which islands did I like you? I have a heavy sweatshirt on. I'm freezing in my
yeah, I
house.
was like, oh, I don't think I can take this off yet. Hopefully in a little bit.
Yeah.
We
Which
just went to
islands did you go to?
just Maui.
I
So
love
we
that. Yeah.
It was beautiful. And really we were there for a pretty good amount of time and we didn't get bored of things to do.
Mm.
But going between the islands right now is like you have to get a COVID test and it has to be within a certain amount of time. And it just was such a pain. We decided to just stay
Yeah.
put.
Oh no, and it's so beautiful. I mean, as pretty as where we live is the flora is just incredible there. It
Oh, for sure.
colors and the black
Yeah.
sand. I don't know if you went, you didn't go over to Hawaii, but I mean, the sand and everything else, we just thought it was spectacular.
Yeah, it was so nice. The weather was great. Even though it's similar in climate, it really is
Yeah.
very different.
Yeah.
They they're like in the peak of their whale season down there right
Oh,
now too.
fun.
So we were just sitting at lunch and you could just see humpback whales jumping and flying
Mm.
out of the water. And
Yeah.
again, that's also something you don't see here.
Yeah.
So that was really kind of cool.
Yeah. It's spectacular. I did want to tell you, I know you're managing things now. When someone has to cancel, don't worry about me at all. I don't need, I go like, usually if I can't come to your Monday, Wednesday, I'm doing you Tuesday and Thursday. There's other stuff. So so you'd asked me once and then Samantha asked me, don't worry about me at all. If you have to cancel, you have to
Oh,
cancel.
okay.
I'm so
Okay.
grateful to all of you for doing this because I don't want to go in, not even just because of COVID, like this, it's much more convenient. I feel like I'm getting a better workout at home.
Absolutely. And I know you said that you started Pilates doing mat anyway, didn't you?
Right. Yeah. Like 20 some years ago. So
Yeah, I remember you
and
saying you
it's
used to
so
like mat.
humbling. Like there's so much more, like every class I'm challenged because there's stuff I cannot do. And I wasn't able
Oh,
to
for
do
sure.
20 years ago. So it's not just aging.
Right. No, well, it's hard.
So it's fun, but don't ever worry like that. You have to have someone do a class for me if I'm the only one and you have to cancel whatever. It's just not a big
Okay.
deal.
Well, thank you. No, I appreciate
I
that.
really
But
do
yes,
appreciate the offer. It was really sweet of both of you to offer, but
good, good.
can easily entertain myself with what you already have on there.
Well, perfect. We can do that too. Hi, Dale. Hi,
Hey,
Jerry.
Kelly.
How are you?
Hello.
Good. Oh, I'm trying to make myself bigger and my computer's not letting me do that. There we go. Um, well, today we are going to be using a foam roller. So grab that if you have it handy. We're going to be doing a good combination of some mobility and then also just some fun foam roller stuff. I just got back from Hawaii yesterday, so I'm like real stiff. It's a long trip over there. So we're going to do some mobility to hopefully benefit everybody from my long trip. So we'll see how today goes. It might be a little robotic, so bear with me.
Sounds great.
But yeah, we're gonna get started. My parents are actually here in my living room having cocktails. So they just got into town, and my sister's in town too. They literally just got her from the airport. So it's just gonna be us today.
Okay, great.
So let's get going. We're gonna start with that foam roller. And for Jerry and Dale, it's actually quote unquote cold down here today. So you'll see me in my sweatshirt for now anyway. We're going to start standing today actually, but it was like mid 40s this morning when I woke up, which is, that's cold for us down here. So anyway, I hope up in Michigan it's a little bit warmer. So we're going to start standing today with our foam rollers. And actually, we're just going to grab a hold of the foam rollers. Whether you have a long one or a short one, it doesn't matter. You'll still be able to do the same things. And then let's take your feet maybe a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Try to get your heels and toes all just rooted down into the floor. And let's take that foam roller, good little squeeze in with those arms. Inhale, let's reach the arms all the way up over your head. Now, I'm sorry, my arms are going to get cut out of the screen. And then exhale, press back down. But I can't really back up any further in this room here. So sorry about that. Inhale, we'll reach those arms up. And then exhale, press back down. Good. So we are just getting a little bit of range of motion through those arms. Gentle little squeeze in on that foam roller just so you don't drop it over that head. Good. Let's do just 2 more like this. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, squeeze down. Last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let's squeeze down. Now here, keep the arms down. We'll take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest. Gently start to roll down, flexing through that spine, pulling that belly up and in. Arms are going to hang heavy down towards the floor, almost like you're about to put the foam roller onto that floor. And then if you need to, slight bend in the knees, belly pulls in, stack your spine back up nice and tall. And then let's reach the arms up overhead. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, pull the arms down, drop the chin to the chest, slowly start to roll back down to the floor. Again, pulling the belly up and in. Trying to still keep equal weight between the big toes, the little toes, and those heels. Start to stack back up nice and tall. Sometimes as we stretch forward, we tend to send the hips back. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come back down, chin to chest. Let's roll down one more time. Keep pulling that belly up and in. Keeping that weight nice in the center and middle of those feet, and then tuck under, slowly lift all the way back up. Good. And then from here, let's take your feet a little wider, toes face forwards. Keep that foam roller in front of you. Let's take an inhale as we exhale, squat down. So we're, again, aiming towards getting that foam roller just about a foot or so above the ground. And then dig through the heels, stand up, arms up. So exhale, let's come down. Inhale, press through those feet, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Let's do 3 more. And lift. Last 2. And lift. One more time. This time as we lift, let's reach those arms all the way up overhead and then gently look up, maybe give yourself a little extension there. And then stack that spine back up nice and tall. Good. Let's take the foam roller down. Take one leg, step it back behind you. Good. So we're in a nice little lunge position. If you want to bend your back knee, you can. If you want to keep it straight for a little more support on that front leg, that's up to you. So let's take those arms, reaching them up over our heads. Taking an inhale. As we exhale, that back leg pulls the knee to the chest. Foam roller comes down, round through that spine. Find that balance, find that scoop. Gently start to extend, send that leg back into our lunge. Gently look on up. Inhale here. Exhale, knee pulls to the chest, scoop through that belly, round through that spine. And then lift those arms up, step back, big inhale. Exhale, round through that belly, pull that knee into the chest. Now, if this motion starts to be a little too much for your balance, that's where you actually can take the foam roller by your side, still doing the same motions, but adding just a little bit of extra stability. Good. So let's do just a couple more. You can move through your own pace, whatever feels good for you. Front legs getting just a little bit of work. Last one here. Beautiful. Pull in, scoop through that belly, and set that foot down. Let's take that other leg, step it back. Get ourselves nice and oriented here first. Arms up overhead. Taking that inhale, exhale, scoop the belly, knee pulls to the chest. Foam roller comes towards that shin. Step back, arms reach, look up. Exhale, round, lift the knee. Good. Step back, we lift. 3 more. Woo. And we step back. Again, you can pull that foam roller forwards and use it as a little balance if you need to. Last 2. And up. One more time. Excellent. Set that foot down. Take that foam roller straight out in front of you. Inhale here. Exhale. One knee comes to the chest. Let's twist towards that side. Pull back to the middle, set the foot down, and then switch. Good. So the bigger your foam roller is, the more thoracic rotation we're going to get in here. But regardless, try to think of those shoulder blades helping you pull back when you're twisting. So when you twist to the right, that right shoulder blade is pulling back. And when you twist to the left, it's the opposite there. Good. Let's do one more each side. Excellent. Good. Set one foot down. Let's reach the arms up overhead. We'll step out into a lunge. And then let's come all the way back up, side bend away. Stack up tall, same side, we'll lunge. Pull back forwards, reach up and over. Good, step out to the side. Step back up, lunge, side bend. Stack up tall, lunge. Send those buns back and reach up and over. Two more, lunge and side bend. Good, and last one. Now, even these foam rollers start to get heavy after a little while. So if you need to take the arms down to rest, no problem. We're gonna step to the other way. To the side, buns go back, we lunge. Stack up tall, side bend. Good, stack up tall here again, and then we lunge. Back up, side bend. Good, lunge, and up, side bend. Perfect, three more. Lunge, and lift, side bend. Perfect, last two. And up, side bend. Last one. Excellent job, side bend. Stacking them nice and tall. Let's take that foam roller, set it on down. And let's take a stance towards one edge of the mat here. Let's inhale, reach those arms all the way up over your head, giving yourself a good little reach and stretch. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest, arms come down, rolling down towards that floor. Walk our hands out into our first plank. I almost said stretch. So I don't know if that was a Freudian slip or what, but we will be doing some more stretching here in just a little bit. But we're just gonna try to hold that best plank. We're tucking that chin under. You can drop your knees down if you need to. You can come to the elbows if you need to. Those shoulder blades are pinned down and back. We have 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now pike those hips on up. Bend those knees just a little bit if you need to, and then maybe take one heel, drop it down towards that mat, and then switch. Nice, good stretch through the calf and backside of those legs. Good, let's do just one more each way, running those heels out. Good, and then let's pull right back forwards, drop those knees down. And then swiftly, we will lay right down onto our backs. So finally, I'm warm. It's only taken all day. Let's lay on down. Good, and then let's keep those legs zipped together. Hands come right behind the head. Let's take a big inhale through the nose as we exhale, float up the head, neck, and shoulders, and then slowly come back down. Good. So we're gonna start with some abdominals on the floor. Eventually, we're going to transition to some more abdominals using that foam roller. So let's start with just warming that belly up just a little bit more. We had some really good stretches there, some nice good range of motion in all directions, but let's start to just recruit that belly just a little bit more. We have 3 more. And lower. And last 2. And lower. Our last one, we're gonna lift and stay. We take one knee in towards our chest, grab onto that leg, other leg extends out nice and long. Let's switch the legs here for 10, 9, 8. Can you lift another inch from the belly? 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come in, lower, down. You can take those feet, lower them down, arms come to a T, drop your knees to one side, Look over the opposite shoulder. And then pull back to the middle and switch sides. All right, good. Let's pull right back into the middle here again. Let's take those knees one at a time into the chest. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, float up the head, neck, and shoulders. Hold here first. Really find that good scoop through the belly. Inhale as you extend the arms, extend the legs. Exhale, circle the arms, pull back in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. We have 3 more. Reach and pull. Good. Last 2. Reach. And we pull. Last 1. Reach and pull. Lower your head down. Let's take a hold. Let's take your left foot, set it down. Grab a hold of the back of your right thigh. Let's kick that leg up to the ceiling. Flex and point those toes, then bend the knee. We'll do that again. Extend the knee, flex and point, and then bend. Extend the knee, flex, point, bend. Let's try just a couple more. Nice, good stretch through the back side of that leg. Good, now this time, flex your foot, dig the heel up to the ceiling, then point the toes, bend the knee. Flex the foot, kick up, point the toes, bend. Flex, kick, point, bend. One more time. Good, let's take that foot, set it down, grab a hold of the other thigh, point those toes, kick up, flex the foot lower. Good, point, kick, flex lower. Nice big stretch there through the back side of that leg. 2 more. Last one. Good, now this time keep that foot flex, kick up, point the toes, bend the knee, flex the foot, kick, point, bend, flex, kick, point, bend. 2 more. Good, and 1 more. Let's take those legs back into tabletop, kick the legs up to the ceiling as long as we can get them. We'll take an inhale, exhale, float up the head, neck, and shoulders, grab onto the back of one of your calves, other leg drops down. We switch the legs here for 10, 9. Try to use your hands to pull that leg in a little closer to you to get a little bit more stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come in, lower, down. Excellent. Let's take those legs, keep them in tabletop. Hands come behind the head. Let's take an inhale again. Exhale, float up the head, neck, and shoulders. Now twist to one side, other leg extends out long. We switch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, 1. Lowering all the way down. Let's take those arms back out to a T, dropping the knees to one side. And then we switch. Perfect. Pull those knees back to the middle. Let's tuck the chin to the chest. Try to roll ourselves up to sit as best as we possibly can. And then that foam roller is going to come underneath our feet as we lay right back down. All right, so we're going to start with both feet on the foam roller here. Again, working through a little bit of mobility of the spine, even though those buns and hamstrings are about to work pretty hard here. So make sure that the arch of your foot's on top of the foam roller and you're pressing down with the feet. If you press out with the feet, then the foam roller will roll away from you. So that key is to find that downward force here. So hands pressed down, we open through that chest. Take an inhale, exhale, scoop the belly, slowly start to lift up into our first little bridge. Perfect. So we're still trying to pull in with those heels just a little bit so that they, again, that foam roller doesn't start to fly away and your head doesn't start to scoot up. Let's take an inhale again. Exhale, slowly start to lower down, one bone at a time. Excellent, good. Take an inhale. Exhale, tuck under. Lifting on up. Perfect. At the top here, take an inhale. Exhale, we lower back down. One bone at a time. We have 3 more just like this. Tuck under, lift. Find that articulation as best as you can. Slowly roll down. Good. 2 more. Tuck under, Scoop that belly, we lift. Take an inhale, exhale, lower. And one more time, inhaling here, exhale, tuck under, slowly lifting on up. We stay. Now pull that belly down and in. Let that chest start to pull in just a little bit more here. And then from the buns, we just lower an inch, lift an inch, lower an inch, lift an inch. Try not to let that foam roller move. Lower, lift, 4 more. Good, and 3. Last 2. Last 1, lift both the hips. Take the roller, press it out an inch, in an inch, out an inch, in an inch. 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Last 1, hold. Let's see if you can transfer your weight to one leg, other leg comes to tabletop. Little pulses here for 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep pressing those arms down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot comes down. Shift your weight to the other leg. Other leg floats up to tabletop. Little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot comes down. Take an inhale. Exhale. Slowly start to roll that bridge all the way down. Take those legs, extend them out nice and straight. You can take that foam roller, kind of kicking it down a little closer towards those ankles. Let's take the arms up to the ceiling. Take an inhale. Exhale, chin comes to the chest. We try to roll ourselves up to sit and then reach up and over towards those toes. You should get a nice good stretch through the backside of those legs. Let's stack up nice and tall here and then take your foam roller. We're going to send it to the other side up by our thoracic spine here. So the foam roller is nice and perpendicular to your spine. You want it to be just at that lower part of the shoulder blades. Let's zip those legs together. And then just like we did in the beginning when we started laying down here, let's just gently start to extend back, taking an inhale, and then exhale, just lift up the head, neck, and shoulders. So we're using those abdominals again here, going from extension to flexion. Now, as we do this, the foam roller might inch forwards and backwards just a couple inches. If your shoulder blades get in the way, you can kind of squeeze your head with your elbows too, whatever feels good for you. We have 3 more. Good, last 2. And last one, we're gonna give ourselves just a gentle little stretch. And then holding that head, let's gently lift up the hips. Now, if you wanna take your feet apart just a little bit, that's okay to give you some more room to work with here. And then gently take that foam roller up and down your spine. As the foam roller moves down your spine, give yourself just a gentle little crunch here again. And then as you slide the foam roller up, we give ourselves again that gentle little extension. Good, again. So take those arms and that, take your elbows nice and close together if your shoulder blades are in the way or if it doesn't feel very good. We're just gonna move nice and slow, nice good control through the body, the abdominals, nice good control through those glutes. It should feel good, not anything too crazy. One more time each way, gentle rolling up of that foam roller and gentle little crunch. And then when we get to that nice little crunch position, we're just gonna drop the buns down. Keep your hands behind your head. So now this should be in a good position so that we're in like a supported sit up here, supported flexion. So it's a little bit lower than where we just were. So just underneath those shoulder blades. Hands come behind the head and then give yourself just a little lift of the belly. You should almost feel that your whole torso starts to flex just a little bit more. Right away, those abdominals should be nice and engaged. Let's take one leg to tabletop and then other leg to tabletop. Now, if you find that the foam roller needs to inch forwards or backwards a little bit, go right ahead. Where it was for me was pulling a little through the low back, so I moved it up a little and that feels a little better. So if you need to adjust it, go right ahead. Now, let's take one leg, extend it out straight, pull that belly in, and then switch the legs. Good. So now we're trying to look down and see a really nice, flat, and controlled abdomen. We don't want it to be puffing out. We want to see if we can try to keep that really good scoop. We switch. Switch. Good. And switch. And switch. Let's do 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now, one leg comes down, one knee stays into the chest. Now we extend that leg out as we gently extend back here again. And then exhale, we lift, pull the knee back into the chest. Good, extend back. Leg kicks out, exhale, pull and lift. 3 more. Good, last 2. So that stabilizing leg is also pushing down into the floor, giving you a little bit more room to move and a little more stability. Last 1. Good, now we hold. Take your other leg, float it back into tabletop. We kick those legs out straight again for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's make sure your opposite leg is in towards your chest. I could have counted wrong because I ended up on the wrong side here again. Other leg is going to extend out straight, flex the toes back towards your nose. Extend back, press the leg out. Exhale, lift, pull back in. Inhale, extend and press. Exhale, pull back in. Now that stabilizing leg on the floor here, press it down into the mat so that you get some extra stability. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Perfect. Let's pull in, stay. Take your other leg, float at the tabletop and stay. Now, again, if you need to adjust again, I kind of slid around just a little bit. That's okay. We're holding that tabletop. See if you can take your hands from behind your head, placing them in front of you, elbows bent. So elbows and thighs are in line, toes and fingers up to the ceiling. Opposite arm and leg, you're going to reach away from each other and then pull back in. And then we switch. And we pull. Good. Now, every time we reach, those bellies pull in just a little more. And we reach and pull. Good. We reach and pull. 1 more each side. Oop. If that foam roller starts to slip again, we'll fix that. Good. And last 1. Pull back in, stay. Hands back behind the head. Last little bit of fun. We twist to one side, extend the other leg long. Now, this is not working like it did earlier because this shirt is slippery. So we're going to twist from side to side, trying to keep that foam roller behind us. Good. Let's do 6 more. 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Good. From here, gently extend back 1 more time. You can extend the legs out if you want to. Nice, good stretch through those pecs. Taking an inhale and exhale. And we carefully roll it on up to sit. Now, turn to face forward. Right away here, we'll set up into a little mermaid stretch. So make sure that foam roller is on the same side of whatever leg is folded in front of you here. We'll take that hand to the roller. Let's gently press out and reach up and over. And then stack up nice and tall. We'll counter stretch to the other side. Nice, good stretch through that side body. Hand comes down, reach up and over. Good, stack up tall, counter stretch. 1 more each way. Excellent. Now this time our hand's gonna come down. Let's reach up and over here again. Now really make sure that you have your palm or like heel of your hand pressing down on your roller here, just so that you can give yourself a little bit of extra mobility with that, or stability with that shoulder. Top hand. We're going to rotate down. Try to tap your fingers towards that foam roller, and then reach all the way up and over, turning to look behind you for a little more twist. Good. And then pull right back forwards, tapping down. Good. So we're getting some nice, good rotation, nice, good stretch and opening through that pec on the bottom arm, as well as that top arm. Good. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, we open. Exhale, we close. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, let's close. Now place that hands down onto the roller, slide your other one over, and then just roll out gently. Take that opposite hip and pull it down and back so that you can get yourself a good little stretch through the side body. And then gently lift that chest and chin, rolling that roller back towards you. Good, let's press back out, look down. Good, and then we pull all the way back up and in. One more time. Excellent, good. Let's stack up nice and tall, rotating back forwards. Let's switch your legs, and we'll take your roller to the other side. So starting with just our side bends, we'll take your hand to that foam roller, reach up and over, stacking up tall, we'll switch sides. Make sure that we're trying to get those buns to glue down as best as we possibly can. Let's do one more each way. Beautiful. And now that hand comes down, we'll roll out just a little bit. Keep the heel of your hand on the roller. Feel that those arms are still doing a little work. Let's reach up and over into that side bend, taking an inhale, exhale, rotating down, hand taps towards the roller. Now we reach all the way up and open. Follow that gaze. Follow your hand with your gaze, sorry. Rotating back forwards. Inhale, we open. Exhale, we close. Inhale, we open. Exhale, we close. 2 more. Last one. Good, now let's take that top arm down, slide your other over, and then let's roll it on out. Opposite hip is pulling down and back just to get that nice good stretch. And then squeeze those shoulder blades together, gently lifting the chest and chin into a little extension, pressing back out, looking down. Good, lifting back up. And one more time. Beautiful. Let's lift all the way back up, rotating back forwards. And let's flip right onto your knees. So for this next one, we don't really need our foam rollers, but we will keep them nearby because we will use them in the near future, very near future. So let's take one leg, step it forwards. So we're in this nice half high kneeling position here. Trying to get those hips nice and parallel to the floor. Let's take your hands to the top of your thigh. Try to scoop that tailbone ever so slightly. Lunge forward into that front knee. Good. Now press down with those arms so you get a little bit more of a lift through the chest. You should feel this wonderful stretch through your hamstring, hip flexor on that supporting leg. In just a second here, let's press ourselves back. Front toes lift. Let's keep that back nice and straight and a gentle little hinge forward to get the hamstring. Nice, good stretch. Good, now that foot comes back down, hands come back to the top of the thigh, slight little scoop. We gently lunge on forwards here again. Nice, good stretch of that hip flexor. Keep pressing down with the arms so that we're lifting the chest, getting length through that spine. And we press back, front toes lift, hinge forward, hamstring stretch. Try to keep your back flat. Try not to round it forwards. Keep it nice and flat. Pulls a little bit more through that hamstring. Good. Now, last time, place that foot down. Arms are pressing down into the thigh. Little scoop of the belly. Gently come on forwards here. Now, whatever leg is forward, opposite hand will stay on the thigh. Take that other arm, rotating it open, twisting to look over that shoulder. Good. Keep pressing down with that arm onto the thigh. Nice big stretch, big inhale. Big exhale. Pull right back to the middle. Grab onto that foam roller. And then let's take it up and down here. Maybe just to the outside of your mat. You can use your hands here for just a little bit of help. Let's press ourselves up to stand. Now, same foot is going to stay forwards. We'll use your hand on top of the foam roller for a little bit of extra balance. Opposite arm down by your sides. Now, think nice and tall through that spine, shoulders squeezing back. We're tall from head to tailbone. Let's hinge forward from the waist. Opposite leg starts to lift. Excellent. Now, when we are at our best parallel to the floor, make sure that your hips are rounding down and not opening to the side, but staying nice and parallel to the floor. And then we stack ourselves right back up. Good. Now, this is where we get to use our hands for a little balance, which is fun. Try to challenge yourself to maybe just using your fingertips, or maybe just one finger, maybe no finger at all. But we're going to continue to try to hinge over the stabilizing leg, getting the hamstrings and the glutes on that side to work just a little bit harder. Good. Let's do 3 more. Good. Last 2. Good. Now our last one, we're adding on. As we lift, we pull the knee to the chest. Stack up tall, find that hip flexion. Then extend that leg back behind you as we hinge forwards. Pull the knee to the chest as we stand. Good, we hinge back, reach back. Good, knee pulls to the chest, stand. 1 more. Now pull the knee to the chest, we stand here and stay. Maybe you can take your opposite hand to the foam roller, rotating open towards that knee, towards the chest, towards that side. Perfect, rotating back forward, send that leg back, we hinge back. We stack up tall, pull the knee to the chest, and then twist. Good, again, hand comes to the foam roller. Let's dive on forwards. Knee to the chest, twist towards that leg. 1 more time. Our last one here, pull the knee to the chest. Open and twist towards that side. Pull back to the middle. Let's step your leg back, and we'll lower that knee on down to the floor. We have the other side. So again, we'll keep that foam roller nearby so we can stretch and work out that other side. So other leg's going to step forwards. We give ourselves a gentle little tuck under that tailbone, hip bones facing forwards and nice and level to the floor. Hands pressed down to your thigh. We gently lunge forwards. Now keep pressing the arms down just so that you get a little bit of a lift through that chest. And then gently press back, front toes lift, hinge forward, little hamstring stretch. Perfect, foot comes back down, hands come back down, gentle little lunge forward. Keep that little tuck under the tailbone if you can. Hands pressing down into the thigh. Shift your weight back, front toes lift, hinge forward. 1 more time, just like this. Pressing back up, front toes lift, hinging on forwards. Good, let's stack up tall. Foot comes down, lunge forward, let's hold. Now, opposite hand is gonna stay on your knee. We rotate open towards that front leg. Keep that tailbone tucked under just a little bit. Nice, good stretch, full inhale. Full exhale. Good. Let's pull back to the center here. Grab onto that foam roller. We'll use that to help ourselves hoist on up to stand. So let's take that foam roller to the outside of your mat here again. Same leg as just forwards. That was forwards before. Think nice and tall all the way from your head to your tailbone here again. We're gonna keep that height as we hinge forwards. We don't wanna round forwards. We wanna keep that nice, good posture. So hand on by our side, one hand on the foam roller or whatever you need to for balance. Let's do a gentle little hinge here. Trying to get the torso and leg in line with the floor. We stack back up. Now, it's easy for us to open that hip out to the side. We're trying to keep it rotated down towards the floor. That's the hardest part. We have 3 more here. And then we add on. Good, so we're finding those glutes and hamstrings now on that stabilizing leg. 2. Maybe you can come to just your fingertips for just a little balance. Last 1. Now we stack up tall, knee comes to the chest. Standing up nice and tall, send that leg back, hinge forwards. Good, pull the knee to the chest, back up. So thinking again, real tall through that spine, reset it, and then hinge forwards. Thinking of trying to keep that belly pulled up and in, that nice good length. 2 more. Excellent. And last 1. Now this time we pull the knee to the chest. Take that opposite hand over, we'll rotate. Pull back to the center, send your leg back. We reach forwards. Stack up tall, knee to chest, and rotate open. Rotating back forward, send the leg back. Stack up tall, knee to the chest, rotate. Good, 2 more. Deadlift, knee to the chest, rotate. And last 1. Beautiful. And re-rotate. Let's come back to the center. Take that foot, step it back. Gently lower ourselves down to the knee here again. And then let's take a seat on one of our hips here. We'll take that foam roller to one edge and get that forearm onto the foam roller as best as we can. Top leg is going to extend out nice and straight. So we're going to keep our bottom leg down for this one today. First, see if you can really press down through that arm on top of that foam roller. If you already feel like you're wobbling all over the place, get rid of it. It's not necessary to use. It's totally optional. So keeping that knee down, or if you really want to make it harder, you can extend it out straight. That's no problem. Let's place that top hand down in front of us for our first one here too, just so we're nice and stable. Let's see if we can take an inhale and then exhale, float those hips up. Ooh boy. Righty is confused here today. All right, we're gonna lift up, we're gonna hold it. Now, once we get our bearings, let's see if maybe we can reach up and over into a little side bend and then pull back to that neutral. Good, again, so hips come and lift as the arm lifts up and over, and then we drop the hips, hand comes down. 3 more, reach up and over. Again, no shame in doing this on the floor. Last 2. You can keep both legs pulled in too. And last 1. Beautiful. Let's sit on down, pull the knees in, and then let's reach onto the other side of the foam roller for just a second. We'll do a little stretch this way again. And then a little stretch the other way, opening up through those obliques. Beautiful. Stack up tall. Take your roller to the other side. So let's take your bottom leg, keep it bent underneath you here, and then opposite leg is out strong and long. So if you need to keep both the knees in, totally fine. If you need to bring the hand to the floor, totally fine. If you want to extend both legs out straight to make it harder, go right ahead. Now, top hand's going to come down to the floor just for the first time here. As we lift ourselves up, press down through that arm. We have to find that sweet spot. Lift up those hips. Okay. Good. Once you find that sweet spot, arm can come up. Take your time. The key is to just keep pressing down with that arm. Let's see if, whoa, we can, reach up and over into that side bend and then pull back to the middle. Good. Reach up and over. Good. Pull back to the middle. Any range of motion will do. Woo. Or as you fall over, I'm going to get rid of the foam roller for this side. We'll reach up and over. Good. And down. Last two. And one more time. Excellent. Good. So that's going to be a great replay for you guys tomorrow. Go ahead, pull on in. Let's do a little reach up and over here first for a side bend. And then a nice little counter stretch. Perfect. Pull back to the center here. Take that foam roller, keep it at one end of your mat, and let's lay down on our bellies. So keep your legs about what's comfortable for you. If you want to, if your back bothers you doing extension, bring those legs a little bit wider. Maybe take your toes out to the side a little bit. Whatever works best for you. And then arms are going to reach forwards in front of you. Let's start with about maybe your forearms closer to your elbow on the foam roller here. So pull that belly up and in, and then engage those arms. So get those arms to start to pin back. Now from here, gently start to lift up into a little extension by pressing down through those arms. Good. And then we slowly lower the chest back down and extend out. Good. Again, press down through those arms first. Get those arms active, and then we lift. And then we lower. Good. Let's do three more. Press down through those arms to lift. Find that lift here first. Good. And lower. Last two. And one more time. Excellent job. Let's roll it back on out. Sitting back into a little child's pose. Let's counter some of that extension with some flexion. Keep that belly scooped on under. We'll take your hands over to one side of your mat. Try to zip that other hip down and back, getting a good stretch. And then over to the other side. Nice, good stretch. Coming right back into the middle here. Swing around. We'll lay back down onto your backs and then grab that foam roller so it's handy. And then let's lift your buns up and slide that foam roller underneath your hips there. Good. So once we get situated, we'll take our hands either down by our sides, or you can grab onto the sides of the foam roller. One knee comes to the chest, other leg extends out long. Scoop through that belly. Give yourself a good stretch through that hip flexor on that nice long side. So as you flex your foot, imagine someone's pulling you from that leg, grabbing you by the heel, making that stretch just a little bit deeper. Good. Let's pull that leg in Other leg extends out straight. Flex the toes back towards your nose, reaching that leg nice and long towards that opposite corner of the mat. Nice big stretch. Perfect. Now pull that knee back into the chest. Let the knees sink in towards your chest. Hold on to your foam roller now if you're using the foam roller. This should be kind of up towards the top part of your sacrum, right where the back and that sacrum meet, and then gently rock from side to side. You should feel your pelvis, just giving yourself a good little release through that lumbar spine. Always feels good. Excellent. Good. Now carefully set your feet on down to the floor. Lift up your hips. We'll send the roller out to the side. Let's take your legs out nice and straight, flexing the toes back, arms reach up to the ceiling. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, chin comes to the chest. Let's roll ourselves up to sit. Let's reach up and over towards those toes again. Flex the toes back towards the nose. We'll stack up nice and tall here. Let's take one leg, cross it over the opposite leg, trying to keep your foot down, knee up. Stack that spine, gentle little twist towards that leg. See if you can grow a little taller. Good, now come back to the middle, switch legs. Stack that spine up nice and tall first. Again, you can use your hands to help you and then give yourself a twist towards that leg. Again, use your hands to help you just a little bit. Keep that length. Pull back to the middle here. Let's crisscross those legs or sit however feels comfortable for you. Let's take a big inhale. Reach those arms up overhead. Interlace those fingers. Send the palms up towards the ceiling. Let's take another inhale and then exhale, reach up and over. Nice little stretch. And then stack up tall. Let's do it to the other side. Nice little stretch. Good. Stack up tall, grow taller. One more each way. Good. Last one here. Good. Let's take a big inhale as we exhale, pull those arms down. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, back down. Two more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. And our last one. Inhale, reach. And exhale, lower. You guys are all set for today. Sorry for that nice fall off the foam roller, but you know, we're all human. Do as I say, not as I do.
As Terry would say, live TV.
Live TV, exactly. Like there's no live edits over here. Thanks guys
Kelly.
for joining.
Have
Good
fun
to
with
see
your
you
parents.
guys.
Yes,
Have
Thank
fun with
have
your
a
you.
good
parents.
time with them.
Thank you. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Yes,
Wednesday.
thanks so much.
Bye. Have a good
Bye.
night.
You too.